There has been a lot of chatter, and understandably so, about how it is that Sanju Samson, now a Chennai Super Kings player, will fit into the CSK side, what his dynamic could be, whether he's being seen as a captaincy candidate or not, if the team decide to move on from Rituraj Gaikwad, if not this season, the next season. But all of it has been CSK centric. Obviously, there hasn't been that much chatter about the team that he's left, which is, of course, Rajasthan Royals, which is, in my opinion, a little bit surprising given the fact that he spent over a decade at RR, became their captain, very nearly led them to their second IPL title in 2022. And so, in one way, I was glad when I saw that the RR team owner has spoken out and mentioned how it is that this trade move came about in the first place. Rajasthan, on their social media platforms, posted a video where one of their team owners in Manoj Badale actually ended up speaking out on how it is this move came about and, more importantly, how it is the franchise reacted to it. Let's quickly take a look at what it is that he had to say and some of the key important points from that. First off, he said that, and he revealed when it was the time that Sanju first decided to go for a trade. He said that the first time this year or in the past year that Sanju talked about moving on was probably in Kolkata towards the end of the season. Now, in case you're wondering, he's referring to the match that took place in May, towards the end parts of May. And it was a match that Rajasthan lost by a very close margin. It was that match where Shubham Dubey ended up hitting a few boundaries towards the end, and they only needed 2 runs to win off the final ball, or 3 runs to win, or something like that. And then Rinku Singh ended up effecting a run out. They won by 1 run. So it was a close game, and obviously that game was something that took a lot out of not just RR's players, but even RR fans. And what he's revealing is that was the first time conversations of Sanju potentially moving on started. In fact, he adds to it further. He said that we had a meeting after the game. He's a very honest guy, and he was personally, emotionally drained. So that is in many ways a glowing character reference for Sanju. He said that he was honest about the fact that he was feeling personally and emotionally drained. And in the conversation, he further mentioned that perhaps this was the best time for him to be moving on for a new start. And this is exactly what he elucidates further. He said that, and he further also goes on to talk about how much that RR or how much Sanju cared for RR. There was no bad blood even despite the trade being agreed. In fact, what he said was that he cares a huge amount about RR, and I think having our worst season in 18 years took a lot out of him. He's been an extraordinary servant of the franchise, and truth be told, I think this is a great way to handle such departures. Whilst oftentimes trade deals or even players leaving teams whereby they are almost identified by those teams can sometimes be a little bit on the acrimonious side, but the way that RR have handled it, the way that even Sanju acknowledged them on social media as a team where he gave his everything, but now it's the right time to move on. It's very, very classy, and truth be told, underlines not just how well RR have handled it, but even how well Sanju has handled it. There was never really much of a kicking up of the fuss when at one point, by the way, it looked like a trade deal was off the cards. And then the trade came alive at the last minute, managed to get done just before the deadline. None of that. Through all of this, you didn't see any major fusses being kicked up by Sanju. There were no public statements of any sort. All he did was stay calm, stay composed, and keep a dignified silence, only breaking it once the trade was finally done. What are your thoughts, though, on how it is that RR have handled this matter? Let us know that in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap the bell icon, follow us also on social media. We're on Instagram, X, and Facebook, and stay tuned for more such videos from the world of sport.